In this chapter, we'll be creating our own color wheel. I'm doing this so you can learn all the qualities of each color that we have in our limited palette of 10 colors. In this point, I've used the watercolor pad. I thought it would be easy. I wanted to show you how to use either a pad or a 300-pound sheet of watercolor paper. It is important, if you're going to use a lighter weight of watercolor paper, to always have it in a pad, because you want the sides to be set down on the surface and not able to buckle. Primary colors are yellow, red, and blue. So let's start with our yellow. I like Aurelian yellow. One of the reasons why I like it is because it is a semi-transparent color. I take my round watercolor brush, make a little puddle inside of my yellow paint. Do you notice how it's a little bit wetter now? Now I'm going to take one of my squares. I'm going to start at one corner of the square, and I'm going to brush the yellow in. And now I'm going to watch this. This is how I create a wash. I'm going to just gently use my brush, continue to dip it into the clean water, and color the whole surface. Now you see it's all yellow, and now if I dip my brush again into the yellow paint, I'll be able to darken up that yellow. See that? I could even go and create some sections that are darker than others. If I want a really dark section, I could just puddle some in with my brush and even tilt my paper to create some sections that are darker and other sections that are lighter. Now let's move on to our red. The reason why I have 3 reds on the palette is because I'm very particular about red. I think a lot of reds together create a beautiful red. For the red, I'm going to start by just wetting the area of my square. I'm going to start with the one that's most says red, which is my Winsor red. I'm going to create a little bit of a puddle inside of my surface there. And now look at that. See, it's a little bit red, but it's also a little bit pink. And so now I'm going to darken it up a little with a little bit of alizarin crimson. See? And then I'm just going to drop in a little bit of the quinacridone rose. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go all the way out to its edges, and I'm going to make a nice deep red. For the blue, we're going to use cobalt blue. We're going to take our brush, our round brush, we're going to dip it into the cobalt blue to create a little bit of a cobalt blue surface here. First I start with the brush full of paint, then I go in, I wet the brush, I come back in, and I wet the surface. See again how we're showing you the different values that you can create with the cobalt blue. I'm going to dip my brush again into the cobalt blue. I'm going to make it darker over here so you can see the difference between just what you can get just using cobalt blue. Okay, there we go. See how if I move it around a little, I could change the color. These are the 3 primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. Technically, every color in the rainbow should be able to be created using a variety of mixtures of these 3 colors.